All right. November 6th, week 11 college football season. Let's get underway here today with another best bet from Brad Powers. I'm Zach Phillips, but before we get into today's pick and recap last week's pick, I want to remind everybody that today's show is sponsored by BetStamp. The easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is by using multiple sports books and always getting the best odds. We recommend using an odds comparison tool like BetStamp to help you do so. BetStamp compares odds across every sports book, whether it's for games, futures, or player props. You can save time and money by checking BetStamp before you bet, so make sure to download the app today. If you are looking to sign up for a new sportsbook account, you can head on over to betstamp.app/hitthebooks. That's betstamp.app/hitthebooks, or click the link in the description. Signing up through there does help support the show. Brad, let's get underway here. Recap last week. We're now 7-5 so far on the Monday morning release show, giving out best bets earlier in the week, getting ahead of some of these moves. Last week there, we had Boise State plus 3.5. That one closes 2.5 against Fresno. They ended up losing 37-30, lose by 7 there. Talk us through the pick last week, and maybe the problem here is that you and Knish actually agree on these picks. Maybe that's what we figured out is the issue moving forward. But talk us through what happened last week and what the process was behind that pick.
Yeah, it's funny when we went on like that 4 or 5 game winning streak, he didn't agree with a lot of those picks. So well noted on that one. I'll ask him today. Hopefully he disagrees with this one. But before we get to this week's pick, last week's pick. So obviously the point of the show is get some CLV. Obviously winning is always important. We got the CLV through a key number of 3 right through it. So that was great. That was optimal. What wasn't optimal was the finish. Although, I mean, and look, I'm not even saying this with biased, opinion, because we had Boise State pre-flop. Probably should have got home. I mean, at minimum, they probably should have lost the game by 3 and would have been a victory lap for the show. Anybody that bet it, we would have gotten the right number there and came home. What happened in the game? Well, I mean, Boise State and Fresno, I mean, look at the box score, it's pretty even. There was one play in particular that was monumental as far as the result. And what it was Boise State scored right before the half. Okay, we're going to take momentum after trailing 10-0 early. They're getting with it. I'm feeling pretty confident. And then there's one play left in the first half. They kick it off. Fresno State returns it 95 yards for a touchdown. You don't win. When you give something like that up, you don't win too many games. So, that was unfortunate, to say the least. But we're back at it. The last I checked, there's still a bunch of games this week, man.
Yep, lots of games ahead of us this week. Lots of opportunities for more picks here on the Hit the Books HQ channel. And that reminds me to let everybody know, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on this channel. You're going to want to do so. We have shows Monday morning giving out picks. Friday afternoons, Brad Powers, Joey Knish, 5 p.m., as well as Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m., Douglas Farmer, Parker Fleming, and then back here Friday afternoons again, 5 p.m., Brad and Knish back at it again. Best bets all throughout the week here for college football. So make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. While you're watching this stream right now, not enough people have hit that like button. Hit the like button. About 200 people watching right now. There's about 15 likes when I just checked. Hit that like button. Let's get into the pick for this upcoming week. Break it down and give some people some time to head on over to your screens and be able to find it. We're looking Saturday, November 11th. In the 12 p.m. Eastern time slot, so that's Saturday, November 11th, the 12 p.m. Eastern time slot, we're going to be looking at rotation numbers 151 Temple against 152 USF. Brad, while we kill some time here to let people head on over there, what is the pick this week? Why do we like it, and what are we locking in?
Yeah, we're going to go with the underdog here, Temple plus 8. Let's start off with my numbers. Made it 7. Although I'm not super high with confident with that number. And you're going to be like, what? Why are you giving out as a pick? Well, a lot of this, as far as value, has to go with Temple's data points being a little muddy. And the reason being is they played without their quarterback, Warner, for a couple of games, and they got absolutely hammered in those games. So guys like myself that have power ratings, guys that are models, I mean, those two games have to go into the model for a little bit. So that's kind of weighting Temple's power rating down, those couple performances without Warner. He came back last week. So what happened was Temple took some money in the market, ended up being right. They beat Navy 32-18. Temple was about a touchdown underdog in that game. here's where another value point, in my opinion, not just the quarterback being back. But in that game, Navy somehow won a game by 14, being a touchdown underdog, despite the fact they were -4 in turnovers. So Temple was clearly better than Navy. Probably should have won the game by 4 touchdowns. I mean, a lot of people aren't watching Navy Temple last I checked. So that's probably keeping this one above 7. And, I just think, Temple's a completely different team with Warner at quarterback. He threw for 400 yards. He threw 4 touchdowns. Without him, they can't even get a first down. Forget 400 yards. They can't even get one first down. We looked at their performances against North Texas and SMU. So this is a quarterback that's not going to get a lot of play in the markets as far as, most valuable player in college football. But I'm here to tell you, from what I've seen so far this season, I think he's worth a touchdown for the point spread. And that's not being reflected here. So I think we got a really good Temple team. Not really good, but a really good value bet here on Temple +8. And I think they're live to win the game outright against a bad South Florida defense.
All right, well, there you go. There's our pick for this week. Week 11 of the college football season, we're going to take Temple +8. If you do want to track the picks throughout the course of the season, whether it is from the Monday morning show or if it's across the Monday afternoon and Friday afternoon shows with Brad and Joey, you can do that using the BetStamp app. You see it in the Find Better section as Hit the Books. You're going to want to be in those shows as they happen, because once those numbers are given out for basically 99% of the plays that are given out, they're moving very, very quickly. So make sure to check it out. I'm seeing B here saying 7.5 is what's out there. There's a bunch of 8.5s.
Yeah,
across
7.5 and 8s are available, and 7.5 is still good. Obviously, we're talking anything above a key number. That's good. DT
right.
plus the points. Michigan seems like a steal at -4. It could be Harbaugh news breaking this week. Like Harbaugh news in the fact that he might be coaching the game. He might not be coaching the game. Knish and I will tackle that one on the show. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a lot of best bets, I got a feeling we're going to have the most loaded best bets on today's Monday show, because there's 100 college basketball games today. And I got to tell you, this college football board is the deadest it's ever been as far as a Monday morning. So I think we're going to have a lot of opportunities to snag some value on the Monday afternoon show.
Look at that. I'm trying to tee things up and get people to head on over to the show, subscribe, turn on notifications. But if that's not a good enough sell, then I don't know what is. So make sure to be subscribed here to the channel. You're going to want to be back here at 5 p.m. for Brad and Joey giving out picks here on this channel. Plenty, as Brad saying, might be available there. Check that out. As well, if you are interested in NHL betting, you can head over to the Edgework HQ YouTube channel, 10:38 a.m. Eastern Time. Myself, So Money, Alex B. Smith, running through the NHL games for tonight, giving out best bets. After that, the board, NBA, giving out NBA picks with Jacob Grimenia, Pips NBA, player props, sides, totals for the NBA games tonight. Plenty of opportunities to get in bets ahead of time here throughout the day as part of the Hammer Betting Network. Make sure to check all those other channels out after this. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in here today. In terms of all the questions that I see are now going in the chat, those will be answered back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time with Brad Powers, Joey Knish on the Hit the Books HQ YouTube channel. Look forward to seeing everyone back here at 5 p.m. Enjoy your days.